If you're wondering where you should start when you pick up Counter-Strike, or maybe if you're a newer player and you haven't been ranking up, I'm going to go through the steps on how I would learn Counter-Strike if I had to start over. I think this video will definitely help a lot of you guys if you seem stuck or maybe you're having trouble learning the game. I'm just going to go through on how I would relearn the game because obviously I have a lot of experience being face at level 10 and playing in international lands. I think I have a good idea on how I would start over, and hopefully these tips can help you guys. But before I show you guys these tips, if you guys want to instantly sell your skins and get instant money, you guys should check out the sponsor of this video, SkinPlace. The sponsor of today's video is SkinPlace, a site where you can instantly and safely sell skins for real money, and it only takes seconds. To get started, you need to log in via Steam, choose the skins you want to sell, next choose a withdrawal method, currently available Visa and MasterCard cards, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and balance on the site if you plan to withdraw money later. Enter your wallet number. Don't forget to use my promo code LouisCS for a 3% deposit on your first sale. When you have filled in all the gaps, click receive money, and voila, the funds will arrive into your account soon. I left the link to SkinPlace in the first comment. Have good sales. So if I were to learn CS2, the first thing I would do is find a player and study them. I've talked a lot about this before in other videos, where you need to just find one of your favorite players or find someone that you really enjoy watching, maybe like their play style or their role, and just studying how they play, because this will adopt a play style into your mind and you'll learn how to play scenarios with their play style, and that will create consistency in your play. When I was first coming up in the scene, I watched Stewie2K a lot, and I still look up to him and watch his stream. I've even played a couple pugs with him, so it's pretty cool that I have that opportunity. But I would watch him and I pretty much just adapted this aggressive play style from just the way he plays by, getting flash through smokes or aggressively entering, taking duels, taking those big risk plays. And that's something that you guys need to study up on. Maybe you want to be that aggressive player. Maybe you want to be an opper like Munacy, or maybe you want to be an op IGL like Jame. You could even be just, a lurk role where you just want to sit, and be Apps or Palace and be like Rops. It doesn't really matter. But the most important thing is that you find a player and you just want to study them, because that will also help your game sense. And there's actually a little tip that pro players don't talk about. So if you are watching this, I'll let you in on a little secret tip. And a lot of the times before pro matches, pros will actually watch demos or highlights of a player that's like pretty insane, someone like Zywoo or Nico, and they call it an aim demo, and it almost warms up their brain and they think it adapts them to aim like them. So if you are watching these pro demos and studying up on a certain player, it's believed that in the pro scene, this actually helps your aim a lot, and you'll start to develop the way that, they move and counter strafe with their crosshair placement. So there's a lot of good things that you can do when watching these demos. And again, there is that little secret trick that you might even adapt the way that they are aiming. So it could help you in the long run, especially if you are a newer player. Just learning the basics of the game, you can also learn that as well from just watching those guys, basic smoke grenades, basic entry pathing, which is very important, which I think people lack on as well. Ultimately, it'll just help your game sense and you'll realize how to play certain scenarios like retakes or the way they hold the bomb site. Definitely find a player. Me personally, like I said, I chose Stewie2K, and then I moved to someone like Electronic or Hobbit because my roles did switch up in my teams. But just starting out, you want to make sure you have that consistent play style. So make sure you guys just find the player that you want to watch, download some of his demos, or go on a YouTube POV channel and start studying up on the way he plays. Now, the next thing I would do once I kind of understand the way I want to play, this tip I actually got from Automatic that he did at the beginning of his career, and I'll just pretend that, I'm not on FACEIT yet, I'm just playing normal matchmaking, and I would grind one map at a time. Now, let's pretend that I'm grinding out Mirage, and let's say I'm someone like Rain and I'm the A anchor. This will give me the opportunity to really study up on how Rain plays the A site. And let's say I just play Mirage for a week straight. I would probably become really good at being the A anchor on Mirage, and I would get so many reps. And once you get those reps, you play Mirage for 1 week, then you can go to Dust 2, study up on how Rain plays that. Because when you are studying a player, you don't want to overload with a bunch of information, studying all 7 or 6 maps, depending what team you are watching, because obviously FaZe plays 7 since they play Vertigo. It just helps you keep everything simple because you are just studying only Mirage. So, you'll learn the over con flashes, you'll learn how to resmoke con from, ticket booth if you're playing retake, and you'll definitely be able to learn faster since you're just focusing on one map. Now, if you are playing FACEIT or Premier, obviously you don't have the luxury of playing the same map every time since you can pick and ban, so that it will be a lot harder. But if you are playing Premier and at the low elo or the low rankings, it doesn't hurt to just queue up some, some normal matchmaking for 3 games just playing Mirage. Looking at your notes, trying to play whatever you're studying. If it's, Munacy in window, Rain on the A site, or Kerrigan holding down B, it doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure you're getting those reps in and playing it for, I would recommend probably a week straight, because that's what I would personally personally do. And then once you are finished playing, Mirage, you go to your second map like Dust 2. You play Dust 2 for a week, but you could always throw a Mirage in there as well during the week, maybe 1 or 2 matches, just to make sure that you contained all of that information, and you just want to keep on learning and stacking it up. You don't want to start with every single map as soon as you start playing, because obviously that's going to be bad for your brain and you can't retain all that information. Just want to make sure you are taking baby steps, because getting to the top in Counter-Strike definitely takes a long time. Don't feel like you need to rush it, but just remember, take the baby steps, one map at a time. I personally would play one map per week, just like Automatic said he did a long time ago on ESCA. So that's just a really good tip that I think could help you guys. So the last thing that I would do once I, decided what player I want, the maps I want to grinding those out, each week, I would simply just grind aimbots and deathmatch. I think this is very important. This is also what I did at the start of my career, and I know what a lot of pro players did. Some people don't like deathmatch, some people don't like aimbots, so it's definitely a good preference for you. But when I started out, I actually played a lot of aimbots, and I grinded that out a lot. I would warm up in aimbots, I'd finish the day in aimbots. If I felt like I need to work on my aim, I'd go play in aimbots. It's a really good workshop map that just really helps you on that muscle memory. You can hit these good shots if someone's swinging you randomly, or maybe you don't know where they're swinging. Like if I'm holding here, obviously this is a aimbot angle because this is a realistic scenario. This is just something important to note, especially if you are only moving your wrist like not that much in game on most scenarios. Like aimbots is really good for in-game scenarios if you just want to play on one side. I just posted a video on a good way to play aimbots, so you guys should go watch that right now. But you just want to make sure you are working on your aim. And also in aimbots, you don't just want to stand there and just shoot bots back and forth like this. You want to make sure you're strafing as well, because if I'm sitting here, and there's a player on bench, I'm not just going to sit here in the open and just flick to him. I want to make sure I'm isolated on one side and just checking, and then boom, I can kill him, or maybe I miss and I can fall back to the pillar, right? You want to make sure you're always moving to also practice that counter strafing, and I think that can definitely help you if you're just drilling that like 2 hours a day. I know it seems like a long time, but again, if I was relearning to try to get to the level I am at now, I would be doing what I am doing plus a little bit more. I mean, I aim train like 3 to 4 hours a day, so I would definitely go around 2 hours if I was just starting out, or maybe if you're someone that's in high school or maybe in school and it's a hard time for you to find time to actually play and train. I would say 2 hours a day is good. Then you could play 3 to 4 matches after that or before. But those are all the tips that I have for you guys if I was to relearn playing Counter-Strike. I know they were very basic, but if I was just starting out, that's what I would do. So hopefully it helps some of you new Counter-Strike players out there. If you are new, welcome to the community. But if you guys liked the video, make sure you guys smash that like button and comment down below if you think I missed anything, or if you guys have any tips as well. I reply to all your comments and I appreciate all the criticism, so make sure you guys leave something down there for me, and also subscribe to the channel for some daily CS2 content. And I appreciate you guys for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.